The unexpected warning from the quiet champion. If you told me a year ago that Jonas, who usually speaks only when he absolutely must, and whose biggest drama in public is his wife Trine urging him to leave Team Visma, would give unsolicited advice to a younger rider, I'd have checked for camera crews. But here we are, in October 2025, Jonas is publicly addressing Paul Sexas, a 19-year-old French cyclist, and he said something rather unusual to him. Quote, maybe you should wait before going into the Tour de France. According to the report in wilekrant.be, this is roughly what they said. Quote, wait just a little longer with your Tour debut. He is the biggest talent of France, but that also means that he will have to deal with gigantic expectations. The Tour can be merciless if you enter too early. And from cyclinguptodate.com, quote, I know he's a huge talent, but it might be wiser to wait. As a Frenchman, probably the biggest talent in France, he's going to face a lot of pressure if he goes to the Tour now. So maybe it would be better for him to wait a few years until he's really ready. So yes, Jonas stepped out of his usual do my job quietly and talk about tactics mode and delivered a caution aimed directly at a next-gen French hopeful. And yes, I am legitimately surprised by this because Jonas is typically the strong, silent type. Why does the warning matter? Well, because participating in the Tour de France isn't just pedaling for 3 weeks. It's media barrage, internal team politics, massive expectations, especially for a Frenchman, given France hasn't produced a Tour winner since 1985, and Jonas knows this firsthand. So yes, Jonas warned Paul. He pointed to talent, to expectation, to the merciless nature of the Tour, and he did it publicly. It's unusual, it's raw, and it deserves attention. What exactly did Jonas say, and what he meant? Let's go through the quotes a little closer, partly because, well, we like nuance. From the Dutch-Belgian outlet wilekrant.be, he said, quote, if I were him, I would wait another few years. Quote, he is the biggest talent of France, but that also means he will have to deal with gigantic expectations. Quote, the Tour can be merciless if you step in too early. In a French outlet called El Quip, he said, quote, I think I should wait if I were him. Jonas again emphasizes the media pressure, the French media, the public, the hype, all of it, quote, before you even wear the yellow jersey. Quote, I know he's a huge talent, but it might be wiser to wait. He's going to face a lot of pressure if he goes to the Tour now. The message is clear. Paul, you are extremely promising, but don't rush into the Tour de France. It's not a you're not good enough message. It's a you are good, but the timing and readiness matter. Jonas is basically saying, I've been there, I've ridden the Tour, I know what it will do to you. You need more seasoning. Yes, he's talking almost like a coach, which is weird since he's rarely the public mentor kind of type. Why might he be saying this? So I have a few hypotheses. So Paul's meteoric rise and French media frenzy could be one of the reasons. With France starving for a new Tour winner, the hype around Paul is enormous. Normally this would be flattering, but Jonas sees the danger. Jonas knows the Tour de France's internal vortex. Big teams, bigger expectations, mega media. He's been the guy with the podiums. Maybe he's warning someone else so it doesn't hit them raw. Possibly a bit of sibling rivalry logic. As someone who competes with the best, Jonas might also be reminding everyone his ascent took time. He had to build, learn, lose. He's signalling that shortcuts can backfire. So yes, between the wait for a few years line and the Tour can be merciless, the tone is less I'm trying to stop you and more I'm trying to save you from early bruising. Why this warning isn't just friendly advice, it's a big deal. Here's where we unpack why this matters. Big names don't usually issue public warnings. This isn't the UFC or some kind of a boxing sport. Jonas is not known for stirring the pot and creating weird situations like this. So his comments carry additional weight and, let's be honest, a dose of drama. A young talent plus French pressure. Paul, 19, is being hailed as the next big thing from France. France hasn't had a Tour winner since 1985. The expectation catapulting onto his shoulders? It's massive. As one article says, quote, France waits since 1985 for a new Tour winner. With Paul, this seems within reach, but only if he has time to mature. Jonas' warning isn't just about physical readiness, it's about physiological readiness, which is often overlooked. The not-so-subtle message, the Tour will chew up an unready young rider. B. Vingegaard's own path. Jonas is speaking from experience. His own career arc involved building, losing, and learning. The quote, "You must know what it is to lose before you can win," suggests that he's emphasizing the need for setbacks, maturity, and time. He's kind of saying to Paul, don't shortcut the process. I didn't. C. It underscores the brutality of the Tour. We all know the Tour is tough, but every so often the narrative needs reminding. One quote said, the Tour can be merciless if you step in too early. When a guy like Jonas says it, it carries the weight of been there, nearly broken by it. And for a 19-year-old, it's not a gentle suggestion, it is a warning and a full-blown caution. D. Hints at internal dynamics and team strategy. By publicly advising restraint, Jonas may be signalling something about the sport's internal rhythms. He could be commenting on how young riders are pitched too fast into major tours and how teams bear risk and consequences when they falter. Also, there's an unspoken edge. Quote, don't come in unprepared to our game. Maybe that's team politics peeking through. E. The comedy and sarcasm of the situation. Let's be blunt. Jonas Vingegaard, the man whose drama is usually limited to "my wife told the team I want out," has turned into a cycling version of youth coach with a clipboard. He's standing there, two-time Tour winner, quietly saying behind his steely face, "Yo kid, slow down before you break." It's the kind of moment the cycling world didn't see coming, and hence my raised eyebrows. Paul, talent, pressure, and the choice ahead. Let's zoom in briefly on Paul, because understanding his context makes Jonas's warning a lot richer. So Paul, at 19, is the next hope of French cycling. Reports say he won the Tour de l'Avenir, showed top results in the Dauphiné, and European Championships, and even the World Championships. He's already asking himself the right question. Am I already ready? So yes, he's not blindly charging, yet the external expectation machine is revving full throttle. By saying wait a few years, Jonas isn't doubting Paul's talent. He flat out acknowledges him as, quote, probably the biggest talent of France. But talent alone doesn't survive the Tour's crucible. The Tour de France is one of those events where underprepared heroes turn into cautionary tales and what-ifs. Now, there's the counter-argument. You might point to Remco Evenepoel, who jumped in early and now looks great. Yes, that's valid. Jonas even knows this, but his message isn't never enter early. It's more like enter when you're ready, which means more than talent. Because Evenepoel's path is the exception, not the rule. For Paul, the years of waiting could mean building strength, mental resilience, team support, and Grand Tour experience in smaller roles. If he leaps in now, he risks being burned out, media scarred, expectations crushed. If he waits, he could bide his time and strike later, when the sport expects less and he's better prepared. What do you guys think about this? Comment down below your opinions and leave a like on the video for good luck. Subscribe to my channel if this is your first time here to stay up to date with all of the latest cycling news, all of the latest cycling drama, and of course all of the latest cycling results. Be sure to tune in for my next video. There is so much drama and news going on right now, even though it's technically the off season.